That's what these lessons are saying. God is my life. I have no life but his. That's the truth about you. You are an infinite supply of knowledge. You are an infinite resource right there within you. You are the internet you've been searching for. You know, I think we're always going, I can Google that. Well, it's in you. I can find it on the internet. It's inside you. The answer you're searching for is inside you. And that's why we did our conference on I Will Be Still and Listen to the Truth. Which is our conference this year. We did workbook lesson, Let Me Be Still and Listen to the Truth. And this was the affirmative statement in it. I will be still and listen to the truth. And that's what this lesson is about tonight too. It's knowing that you have everything you need within you. Nothing is lacking except what you have not given. You open the floodgate when you start giving. You become the all when you start giving. God, as the Course will say, is constantly is giving to you, extending his love to you. And when we block it by our judgments or our fears or our doubts or our past learning, no, not me. I'm not able to do that. Oh, I'm too old. If only this, if only that. You have exactly what you need, and you are capable right now. You need to open the floodgates. Where would you have me go? What would you have me do? What would you have me say and to whom? We need to open the floodgates. When we start becoming that open channel, we are directed. Because as the Course says so many times, teachers of God are needed now more than ever before. We are needed to be out there. Why? Because as we heard, as Helen heard as she was taking this down, when she said, why me? I said, why not? You know, you're willing to do this. You're willing to be of service. And she said, but why A Course in Miracles? Why in this form? It said, because the world is worsening to a place that teachers of God are needed now more than ever before. It is time that we say, I am ready to see the face of Christ instead of my mistakes. I am ready to be still and listen to that truth that abides within me, that is the answer I am searching for. How beautiful that when we were created out of love, we were given every answer we needed. We didn't have to go anywhere else for it. It's right here, right now. You're the gift you've been searching for. You're the answer you've been searching for. That's what the Dalai Lama says. Every great perennial truth says this. You are the answer you are searching for. When you go to the tall mountaintops or go on retreat to get quiet, it is so you can find the answer that's inside you. It was placed there. You have everything you need. That's why it says, let me see, in this little prayer again, we'll go back to that second paragraph. Let me see the face of Christ instead of my mistakes, instead of our mistakes. For we who are your children are sinless. And we want to look upon the sinlessness. For if we hold on to the guilt, the judgment, it proclaims that we are not your child. We are not the answer we are searching for. We are not the wholeness that we were created to be. And we would not forget you longer, Father. We don't want to forget that truth any longer. We are lonely here, meaning when we do not know who we are, that's got to be a very difficult place to be. Our son was saying just the other day, he's going to turn 18 in September. This is his senior year in high school. And we live not far from where he used to go to preschool, a little place called Tutor Time. And he says, it flashed back to him the other day. He said, now he's driving. He's driving one of our older cars, you know. So he's independent. He doesn't, you know, he's fine. He can get home or however he needs to. But he had a flashback to when he was a little kid at Tutor Time. And he said, because we drive by it, it's not far from a mall that we go to. And he says, I remember when Dad didn't pick me up. He said he was late picking me up, and he says, I don't know if it was because we were thinking later, I don't know if he thought I was picking him up or I thought he was picking, whatever. It was late, and he says, everybody else, and he says, I was standing by the gate, and I was sad. Aren't you going to come pick me up? But he said the funny thing was, when you came up, I was so happy because I was lost and now I was found. You know? And the fact is, that's kind of like us. We're alone when we feel we are lost. But we're never lost. We're never lost. We long for heaven. That's not up in the sky. Where do you think heaven is? Inside us. And we only get there when we nurture that and know that. How do we lose heaven? Fear, judgment, anger. How do we find heaven? Love, forgiveness, peace, giving, nurturing that truth within us. It's been beaten out of us a lot. The world beats it out of us. But that doesn't mean it's gone. People who survive concentration camps don't survive because it's all beaten out of them. They survive because the light is who and what they are. That's why. So that's what this is saying. Yeah, you're lonely here. You want the truth. You long for heaven, and it is here now. We are at home. You are the answer. Love is your reality. Today we would return. We would return. Look at that big statement in that second paragraph. Today we would return. How do you get there? Giving. How do you get there? Loving. How do you get there? Seeing the face of Christ in ourselves and everyone else. Now again, we're not going to be good at it. That's why we're going to get lonely and think we're away from the truth. But the better we get at it, the more we realize we're always home. Someone's always there. Our name is yours. The reality of us is the same as yours, Father. And we acknowledge that we are your children. And if we are your children, then we were graced with all the love that is within God. No sin here. The same truth. That's all there is. Everything, we have everything that came from God. The only difference is we still want to hold on to the something else. We want to hold on to that little something else. The judgments, the fears. Not our reality. Not our truth.